The Cross That Spoke, the Gospel of Peter. Introduction. The Lost Scroll of Egypt. In the winter of 1886, archaeologists digging in an ancient graveyard in Egypt uncovered a forgotten treasure. Buried in the tomb of a monk was a small handwritten parchment book that had been lost to history for over 1,000 years. It was the Gospel of Peter. While this book didn't make it into the modern Bible, it provides one of the most intense visual and dramatic accounts of the trial, crucifixion, and the resurrection ever written. Written from the perspective of the Apostle Peter, this text plays out like a Hollywood movie script, complete with terrifying cosmic signs, Roman soldiers guarding a sealed tomb, and a supernatural event that shook the Roman Empire to its core. Chapter 1: The Silent Governor and the Dark Noon. The narrative begins right in the middle of the trial of Jesus. This version of the story, Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, washes his hands to show he wants nothing to do with the execution. Instead, a local king named Herod takes charge, ordering the soldiers to lead Jesus away. The text describes the long, agonizing walk to the place of execution. Soldiers mock Jesus, dressing him in a purple robe and pushing him along. Yet, throughout the ordeal, Jesus remains completely silent, bearing the weight of the moment without a single complaint. As he is placed on the cross, the sky suddenly reacts. At noon, a thick, unnatural darkness rolls over the entire land. The sun completely vanishes from sight. The villagers panic. They light lamps and stumble around the dusty streets, terrified that the end of the world has arrived. The very fabric of nature seems to be mourning what is happening on the hill. Chapter 2: The earth shakes and the temple rips. When the end finally comes, Jesus cries out, my power, you have left me." The moment his spirit departs, the physical world erupts. The ground begins to heave and roll in a massive earthquake. The heavy, thick stone curtain hanging inside the great temple of Jerusalem rips violently down the middle, all on its own. As the dust settles, the regular citizens are horrified. They realize a terrible mistake has been made. The text tells us that the religious leaders and elders begin to beat their chests in deep grief, crying out, "Woe to us for our sins! The judgment and destruction of Jerusalem is near." Terrified of the crowds, Peter and the other disciples go into hiding, weeping and brokenhearted, waiting in the shadows to see what will happen next. Chapter 3: The Imperial Guard at the Sealed Tomb. Fearing that someone might try to steal the body, the authorities rush to Pontius Pilate and beg for Roman troops to secure the burial site. Pilate assigns a centurion named Petronius, along with a full squad of heavily armed Roman soldiers, to guard the tomb. They roll a massive, heavy boulder across the entrance. To make absolutely sure no one opens it, the soldiers and the elders apply 7 distinct wax seals around the stone. Then they pitch a military tent right in front of the door. All through the cold night, the Romans guards march back and forth under the stars. As the sun begins to rise on the morning of the Sabbath, crowds of curious villagers travel from Jerusalem just to look at the heavily guarded sealed tomb, everyone waiting to see if the tension will finally break. Chapter 4: The Giant Angels and the Walking Cross. Late that night, as the Roman soldiers are standing guard, a loud, thunderous voice echoes directly from the heavens. The sky splits open, and a brilliant, blinding light floods the entire landscape. Two glowing angels descend from the sky, moving with lightning speed. A massive boulder that took several strong men to roll into place moves aside all by itself. The two angels stride directly into the tomb. Inside the tent, Petronius and his soldiers shake with absolute terror. They wake up the elders and point toward the tomb. Emerging from the dark cave are three towering figures. Two of the figures are the angels. They are so tall that their heads reach up into the clouds. Between them, they are supporting a third figure, whose head stretches far up past the heavens. Following closely behind them, floating out of the tomb, is a massive wooden cross. A booming voice rings out from the clouds above. "Have you preached to those who are asleep?" From the air around the floating wooden cross, a clear, resonant reply echoes back. "Yes." Epilogue: The secret of the Roman soldiers. The Roman soldiers don't know what to do. Terrified by the cosmic display, they abandon their post and run straight to Pontius Pilate in the dead of night, pale and trembling. They confess everything they saw, shouting, "Truly, this was the Son of God." The authorities panic, realizing that if the public finds out about the walking cross and the giant angels, the entire city will revolt. They beg Pilate to order his soldiers to keep the event a total secret. Pilate agrees, commanding the centurion and his men to never speak a word of what they have witnessed in the dark hours before dawn. Though the Gospel of Peter was hidden away in the desert sands for centuries, its dramatic, larger-than-life storytelling reminds us just how much the mystery of that ancient morning had captured the imagination and awe of the ancient world.